Welcome back, Egyptology lovers. Today we are discussing the Stela of Nefertiabet. Nefertiabet is actually a stela from the Giza Plateau. If you read or watched the video of 𝓄𝓏𝓏𝓁, it's from the same location, I believe the 1200 area by the Giza Plateau, and this was during the time of Khufu, who was the builder of the Great Pyramid of Giza. And this person, Nefertiab is her name, which means the beautiful one of the West. This is most likely his sister, the princess Nefertiabet, which is the daughter of Snefru, which was before Khufu. So let's describe the image that we see here, and then we'll read the hieroglyphics. In this particular stela right over here, we have the sections. So we'll just start off by describing her sitting here. She is sitting on a chair with a lotus flower in the very back. Lotus flower means rejuvenation and life. The legs of the chair is bovine or cow-like, Old Kingdom style. New Kingdoms usually were leopards or lions. This is one of the finest stelas, well preserved as well. Her actual dress is leopard print. With 𝓄𝓏𝓁, he was also leopard, but it had gone away or eroded away through time. So she's sitting here with a wig, one arm towards her chest and another arm reaching out towards the offering table. The offering table has 10 loaves of canonic cone-like breads on one side and 7 on the other. 9 and 7, facing 7 this way and 9 that way, a total of 16. They're basically the color of the red. You have as well a bit of the yellow crust on it. It's hard to see, but it's almost as if it's been cooked in a certain way. So let's go through the stela and see what it says. So let's start off with basically her name. This is the title of king, and this is Set, so king's daughter. So we know that this is the king's daughter, Set, which is feminine for daughter. Without the bread loaf, which is the T, it becomes Sa, which means son, so king's daughter. Nefertiabet, beautiful one of the West, and this is the symbol of the West. All right, let's continue down here. Let's look at the offerings that she's been given. So now this is a bit of a pottery style stand. You could see this, we've discovered this actually in the tombs. I'll share a picture on one of my stories and you can see what it looks like if you remember this. So this usually holds the table up. So it was a 2-piece set. That's why it's colored a little differently, red and white over here. So this is the offering table. So what's being offered here? Like the 𝓄𝓏𝓁, the traditional way is offering the thousands. So this is the 𝓏 symbol, which represents 1,000, the number 1,000. So you have 1,000 linen, 1,000 bowls of alabaster or vessels, 1,000 roe geese or just geese, and then 1,000 ox legs, 1,000 ribs, 1,000 goose, or you have the 2 of them here, the goose, maybe 2 gooses or 2 geeses, the body and the head, just much as like over here. Down here you have again 1,000 bread loaf. So this is a cone shaped like bread. You could see the different types of bread. This is an actual bread for the letter T, but this is a more smaller version. This is a cone, and this is a little bit more of a triangulated cone or pointy like cone, I guess. And then 1,000 vessels of beer or ale, 1,000 oxen, and 1,000, I believe this one is like the one before, antelope. Right, I thought it was an oryx, but it's an antelope. So that's the offering that she does. Now, by giving thousands, you're giving so many that it would last her more than a lifetime. All right, let's proceed to the blue section over here. This is the main section of offering. So before we begin, like the 𝓄𝓏𝓁 in the Old Kingdom slab stelas, this is made of limestone, of course, she has a washing implement, a 𝓃. So this is water pouring out of here, and the hand, which is here, which represents her hands, and water, a little bit of a crescent water, washing of her hands with the implementation. So container of cool water, implement of washing hands. Now, something you need to know, 𝓄𝓏𝓁 was colored almost red, crimson-like, and that's for male. For women, it was yellowish. And yellow, as you can see here, the hand is colored yellow to represent her, so the colors maintain the gender. All right, let's go on now. So washing of the hands to begin the offering. So the first offering. Here you have incense. Now, 𝑂𝑃 did 1,000 of each. You literally have the 𝓏 symbol, but with her, she only has just the main. No 1,000, just the actual item. So, the first one is incense. Then, you have the best ointment. So this is the word het, and this is ointment. Hat means foremost or the best, and that's ointment. So incense, best of ointment, green eye paint, black eye paint, figs, persy fruit, 𝓃𝐻𝐻 drink, wine, Sisyphus, loaf of Sisyphus, so it's the same word, Sisyphus, with the little bread loaf, so it's a bread of Sisyphus. Carrot beans. So there you go. That is the main offering that Nefertiabet has offered. Now let's go over to the traditional one-fold section for the linen. This was altered a little bit. You may not be able to see it, but it was actually altered, but somewhere around over here, and even some of it over there. So there were some adjustments later on. So let's proceed. So there's 3 types of linen. So for the first one, we have the 𝑖dmi linen, which is represented by the Horus upon a stand. So, or a standard. So the first one goes to the 𝑖dmi linen. We have 100, this is the number 100, cubits. So 1,100 cubits of linen wide. 1,090 cubits wide, 1,080 cubits wide, 1,007 cubits wide. You can count them. There's 8 here, 7 there, 9 there, and that's the number 100. So proceeding forward, now generally the 10 was a fold in the later kingdom. As time went, it would be usually like a little bit of a round, half moon, half crescent, or half elliptical fold for the 10s, but in this one the line is on the side, not straight up, which would be 1s, but horizontal for 10s. All right, so the next linen is the 𝓃 linen, represented by the arrow, and the same, 1,100 cubits, 1,090 cubits, 1,080 cubits, 1,070 cubits. Finally, we have the 𝓏 linen, the same thing, 1,100 cubits, 1,090 cubits, 1,080 cubits wide. Again, this is cubits wide, and 1,070 cubits wide. And here's where the adjustment was made. You could see that the line wasn't really divided. It was drawn in, but not really actually divided. You could see where it was drawn, but not really carved out. So there's some adjustments over here, so we know that for sure. So this is the offering stela of Nefertiabet, the sister of Khufu, of the builder of the Great Pyramid of Giza, which is also the daughter of Snefru, the prior king, the pharaoh. The stela is very beautifully well preserved. You can see the musculature in the lion, the detail in the duck, even the beautiful container of water, or the vessel of water with the beautiful lines coming down. You may not see a lot of the detail from the camera, but she has a lot of fine detail. It's a little bit faded away, but she had ankle bracelets drawn in, an arm bracelet, and a choker. They just seem to be faded. It's hard to see them. And let's see, anything else? I guess the wine is beautiful. The hour is well represented. So is the Horus symbols for the ademi material. Very lovely, as well as the oxen and the oxen, I believe, and the antelope. Yes, very nice detail as well. So there it is. The stela is pretty straightforward. Nothing really complicated about it. Just a very beautiful, simple stela of offering for the sister of Khufu from the 4th kingdom. I'm sorry, the 4th dynasty from the Old Kingdom. Well, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. I'm going to do one more. It's going to be an actual full stela of the Middle Kingdom. So that will be something a little different as well. So thank you for watching. I'm happy you enjoyed watching this video. If you have any questions, please ask. If you want to see a specific stela or learn about something new, just let me know. Just one more thing actually I forgot to mention. There are many directions to the stela. So her name, her title, reads from right to left. So you could see here the king's daughter, Nefertiabet, and then the offering is from left to right, washing of hands with implementation, and then the offerings, which go from left to right. Same thing here. This is 1,000, and then because the goose is facing this way, we're reading from right to left again. So right to left. Same for this one. Now it's left to right, and you can see facing the animals. And over here is the same. Since the endemi or the Horus birds are facing from left to right, you read from left to right, and so on and so forth. So that's just the direction I wanted to tell you about. Thank you very much again. Please follow and like. If you have any questions, please send me a DM.